And Nerdy said this with the allegory of the cave. Those are the people that come back into the cave, and people are looking at them like, "What? What are you so happy for? What is your problem? What's your deal? What have you seen that we haven't?" It's like,
Yep.
"Oh, you think you've seen the fabric of the universe, and you know what it really is." And really, you've just seen it from a broader perspective. Exactly what Derek was saying. You've seen it from a different perspective that they're not seeing it from.
We
So
look
you
like a
realize that
bunch of
instead,
clowns.
yeah, we do, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I talked about. Like, dude, anybody that you know that you could think in your head that you look up to is not a fully enlightened human being. They're not perfect. No one can be perfect. Like we're
Yeah.
human beings, we're flawed by our emotions and our thoughts. You know what I mean? I might be a really nice person, but if you walk up and slap me, I might slap you at a reaction and think back on it like, wow, I wish I didn't have to act like that, but I'm a human being, you know? Like there's gonna be
Yeah.
certain situations where our human body is gonna like do certain things that our mind isn't what I was gonna do. That's the reason why like you hear about situations where kids are in danger and they're able to like lift a car off of them or whatever, right? Like these crazy feats, like 'cause we're separating, like we're out of our body into our like animalistic kind of form, I guess, our monkey brain, if you want to call it
Yeah.
that.
We are just a
And
bunch of
I told my
animals.
monkey brain a lot. I really do. I get upset, I get mad, and I get frustrated, and I get depressed and sad, and all these different weird feelings and emotions, anxiety and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, just sort of try to navigate that the best I can by using the cave, right? Knowing that there's something else out there. I had to go experience it for what it is. That's the beauty of life. It's feeling
Well,
those emotions. Well,
comes back to the
I
four
like
agreements
feeling
too.
all of the emotions.
Nobody's
Yeah.
perfect. Keep doing your best. Be impeccable with your words. Don't think
And have
things
no
personally,
expectations.
and
Don't
be
expect
skeptical.
what you're going to see. Yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
And I always say the worst thing you could be is an amateur. And the allegory of the cave is a really good example of that because you have some people who have been through that cave hundreds and thousands of times. They're like Jedi masters of the cave. But there's people who haven't been to the cave that much, but they have the third agreement. They break a lot. They have expectations of how it's going to go when they go in the cave, how many people they're going to bring back out, what's going to be in and out of the cave because they think they know it all. Like being an amateur is sometimes the worst thing you can be because it gets you into danger a lot, a lot of harm,
I
especially with
also
these kind
think
of things.
that a significant portion of the people that are released from their binds and they turn around, they get distracted by that shit that's right there by that fire and those objects, those shiny objects. They
Yeah.
never look up and they get
Yeah.
distracted right there. And they're like, hey, we got
Well,
control and power and influence. And that's enough
yeah.
for me. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
not enough for me. I want more out of life.
Or even worse, nerdy is they make it out the cave and maybe even make it out the cave a couple times, but then get sucked back into that number two, going back and trying to help people out because they're like, oh well, I've seen it all. What's the point of even helping and doing all this stuff? It got me here, but now do I want to keep doing this? I might as well just go get that Ferrari and drive it around. And a lot
This
of
is a
people do that,
section
especially when there's money involved.
of the allegory of the cave that I did not talk about, where he talks about
Okay.
how you have to have that innate goodness in you before you reach those higher levels. Otherwise, you're going to use it for bad.
Yep. And we
And
get sucked back into even harder than the people that are there to begin with.
that's just
100%.
some of the stuff that I cut out for time when I was discussing it earlier. But I tried
Yep.
to paraphrase as much as possible. But that was one of those things they cut out. Is that like that's one of those things you can't really teach people is how to be, that innate
You
goodness
can't.
that and some people
Yeah.
just don't have it, and they didn't.
Have it.
It's
That's why
sad.
I call people like that it's. That's why I call people like that it's because exactly what you just said. And when I walk up to somebody and like, because you either have it or you don't, and they go, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're not it. It's automatic. I can tell in my head that you have not walked out the cave and came back in. Because everybody I say that to, like you guys, I can be like, yeah, because you either have it or you don't. And you're like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Because they know like it's that not only the aspiration and drive to get out, because that's easy to have, but how many times can you do it and not be seduced back in there? That's really the difficult part.
Yeah.
So it keeps people, it's integrity, it's honor and tried and true. And again, if people lived in a bubble, why would you do good? Why would you have to do good if you just lived by yourself? If you didn't have to do anything. But fortunately for us, we're a tribe of human beings. So as much as you might like to think that you hate people, dude, you could be a Democrat and you might hate Republicans, but I guarantee you at the end of the day, if the world goes like shit, you're gonna want to like be there and help this person out and hold their hand and help them in that situation. You're gonna want them to do that for you too. In a
Right.
situation where things like get really tough.